Software engineers are the architects and builders of the digital world. They design, develop, test, and maintain software applications that power businesses, websites, mobile apps, and countless other digital solutions. Employers seek software engineers who can write clean code, solve problems efficiently, and collaborate effectively in team environments. Given the technical and creative nature of the role, interviews are designed to assess both problem-solving ability and technical expertise. Preparing for a software engineer interview involves more than just coding knowledge. Interviewers will also evaluate your ability to think critically, communicate complex ideas clearly, and approach challenges methodically. This guide will explore common software engineer interview questions, provide sample answers that you can adapt, and offer tips to help you present yourself as a skilled, confident, and adaptable candidate. Question 1. Can you describe your experience with programming languages? Here's how you can answer. I have experience with multiple programming languages including Java, Python, and C#. I have used Java for building scalable backend applications, Python for data processing and automation tasks, and C# for developing enterprise software solutions. I am comfortable adapting to new languages as needed and choosing the best language based on project requirements. Tip: highlight the languages most relevant to the job description and demonstrate versatility and adaptability. Question 2. What is your approach to debugging code? Here's how you can answer. I start by reproducing the issue consistently, then I analyze logs and trace code execution to identify the root cause. I use tools like debuggers, unit tests, and print statements to narrow down the problem. Once identified, I implement a solution, test it thoroughly, and review the changes to ensure no side effects are introduced. Tip: emphasize a structured, methodical approach. Employers want engineers who can solve problems efficiently without creating additional issues. Question 3. Can you explain object-oriented programming, OOP, principles? Here's how you can answer. OOP is based on 4 main principles: encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Encapsulation keeps data and methods together and hides implementation details. Inheritance allows classes to derive properties and behaviors from other classes. Polymorphism enables objects to take multiple forms, such as method overriding. Abstraction focuses on exposing only necessary details while hiding complexity. Tip: use simple examples from your experience, like designing a class hierarchy for a project, to show practical understanding. Question 4. How do you approach writing scalable and maintainable code? Here's how you can answer. I follow coding best practices such as modular design, proper naming conventions, and thorough documentation. I write reusable functions and components and ensure code readability for team collaboration. I also use version control and follow code review processes to maintain quality. Scalability is considered by designing software that can handle increased load efficiently without major refactoring. Tip: employers value engineers who think long-term and produce clean, maintainable code rather than quick fixes. Question 5. How do you stay updated with new technologies? Here's how you can answer. I regularly read technical blogs, attend webinars, and participate in online coding communities. I also take online courses and contribute to open-source projects to gain hands-on experience with new tools and frameworks. For example, I recently learned about containerization with Docker and applied it to a personal project to improve deployment efficiency. Tip: show initiative and continuous learning. It reflects adaptability in a rapidly changing tech landscape. Question 6. Can you explain the difference between SQL and NoSQL databases? Here's how you can answer. SQL databases are relational and structured, ideal for applications requiring complex queries and data integrity. NoSQL databases are non-relational and more flexible, supporting unstructured or semi-structured data. I choose the database type based on the project: SQL for financial applications or reporting systems, NoSQL for handling large volumes of unstructured data, like social media feeds. Tip: Demonstrate practical knowledge and decision-making skills rather than just definitions. Question 7. How do you handle version control in your projects? Here's how you can answer. I primarily use Git for version control, maintaining feature branches, committing small, meaningful changes, and regularly merging updates into the main branch after code reviews. This ensures that the codebase remains stable and collaborative work is well managed. I also document commit messages clearly to maintain transparency and track changes effectively. Tip: highlight teamwork and disciplined practices. Version control is often as much about collaboration as it is about code management. Question 8. How do you test your code for bugs and errors? Here's how you can answer. I use a combination of unit testing, integration testing, and manual testing. Unit tests validate individual components, while integration tests ensure that multiple modules work together correctly. I also review edge cases and use debugging tools to identify unexpected behavior. Testing is an integral part of my workflow to ensure reliability and maintainability. Tip: employers want engineers who prioritize quality and reduce production errors proactively. Question 9. Describe a challenging project you worked on and how you overcame it. Here's how you can answer. I worked on a web application that required integrating multiple third-party APIs. Initial testing showed frequent data inconsistencies and latency issues. I implemented caching mechanisms, optimized API calls, and added retry logic to handle failures. The result was a reliable, faster application that met user requirements and deadlines. Tip: use the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, to clearly present your problem-solving skills. Question 10. Where do you see the future of software development heading? Here's how you can answer. I see software development moving toward more automation, AI-driven solutions, and cloud-native applications. Microservices and containerization are becoming standard for scalability and flexibility. I also anticipate a greater emphasis on security and continuous integration, continuous deployment pipelines. Staying current and adaptable will be critical for software engineers to meet evolving business and user needs. Tip: forward-looking answers show vision and awareness of industry trends. Final thoughts. Software engineer interviews require a balance of technical expertise, problem-solving ability, and effective communication. Employers look for candidates who can write high-quality code, understand system design, debug efficiently, and collaborate with teams. Preparing thoughtful answers, practicing coding problems, and demonstrating clear examples of past work can significantly increase your chances of success. Equally important is how you present yourself during the interview. Be confident, articulate your thought process, and focus on both technical and practical outcomes. By combining solid preparation with a clear demonstration of skills and adaptability, you can show that you are a capable software engineer ready to tackle complex projects and contribute meaningfully to the organization's goals.